We are constantly hearing how to create new habits, how to build on new habits, what habits people are implementing in their routines, what that looks like to help them create this new version of themselves. But nobody's talking about how to break an old habit and honestly how hard that can actually be. I'm going to tell you how you can break your own bad habits so that way you can start beginning to implement new ones. Habits are developed over time. We all know this. It's through repetition. It's through a pattern called the habit loop. You have a cue followed by a routine followed by a reward. So for example, you wake up in the morning, that's the cue. You start brewing your coffee immediately. That is your routine. And the reward is to enjoy that nice first cup of coffee. That is a habit loop. So many of us already have habits already programmed and ingrained in us that we don't even have to think about it. This video is inspired by the book How to Break the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He goes into this book talking about how to change your outer reality by basically changing the way that you think so you can feel differently, so that way you're able to attract and see the version that you want or the life that you want in your outer reality. What I'm doing in this video is I'm essentially applying the same technique but focusing in more on your habits. You can still create the reality that you want using habits. So with different seasons comes different inspiration, new energy, motivation, and just a lot of excitement to create something different based on the season at hand. So we're in fall, and for a lot of us, we're now entering a fall routine, a nighttime winter routine. What does your routine look like in the winter or in the fall versus how it does in the summer? And I understand habits can be really hard to break. That's why you're watching this video. Hell, that's why I'm creating this video, because they can be very hard for me as well. But one of the things that I constantly go back to in the book, he talks about observing the way that you think. But instead of us observing the way that we think, we can observe our habits that we're continuously doing. And that's the thing about habits. Habits, we create them with good intention. A lot of our bad habits are not necessarily bad. They just no longer serve its purpose. The whole purpose of observing the habit is to observe it, but also understand what version do you want to be and how do you want to move into that version, and what does this new version of yourself look like? How does it look like for you? And once you understand that you've observed the habit, what it's doing for you and what you actually want to be, then you can go into creating this new habit, the new habit of the person that you want to be, how you want to look like, how you want to start approaching different things, goals and motivations. On average, it actually takes 66 days to break a behavior and even a habit. Creating new habits is like learning something new. It feels very uncomfortable. Dr. Joe Dispenza says you want to step into the unknown, and that's where you find all of the magic. It's staying in the known. You know what to expect. Nothing really changes. You're the same person that you were yesterday, the day before, last month, and even last year. But in the unknown, you don't know what to expect. But if you can trust yourself that stepping into the unknown, stepping into this new habit creates new experiences, new feelings, new motivation, new energy, new inspiration, you'll find that the new habit will bring exactly what you're looking for. And although creating a new habit could feel hard for a while, it's not always going to be hard. It's not always going to feel like this. You'll finally find the excitement, the inspiration of this new habit that you created, and it will start to feel good, and you'll start to feel inspired, and you'll start to see all of the positive outcomes that come with it. I love to change and update my habits with the seasons. It's a perfect time to reinvent yourself, but it's also a great way to adapt with the seasons. The energy of each season is different, and the energy of each season of your life is different too. And being able to adapt and update your habits can also be helpful in how you approach your goals, desires, and the outcomes that you want to see in your personal life. Habits are a great way to reinvent yourself, but also habits can keep you the same. And it's all about understanding when something is keeping you the same, when something feels heavy and not as light and exciting. If you want to feel like you're continuously pushing yourself, if you want to feel like you're continuously growing into the person that you want to be, you need to consistently change and adapt your routines, your habits to match the lifestyle of your current season. I feel like if you can understand who you are, if you know yourself and you know that something needs to change, don't allow that to be unmotivating. Observe it, understand it, and then try to break it by making a different decision, even if it's the smallest decision. Maybe your goal is to wake up really early in the morning, but you wake up 5 minutes earlier than you typically would. That is a start. And slowly making a different choice every single day helps you go into the direction of the new version of who you are. You will not find the version of yourself in your old habits if you continue to go this way. I hope this video inspires you to check in with your current habit and find the beauty in the process of learning and unlearning habits. And I hope that this video helps you get one step closer to being the best version of yourself. Bye!